Why I hate AI and you should too. That's what we're talking about today. That's what I want to get into with you. And I know that in some depending on what circles you run in, this is a popular viewpoint to hate AI. Maybe the authors, maybe for the authors, it's a pretty popular viewpoint to hate AI. Maybe for the artists, it's a pretty popular viewpoint to hate AI. I can tell you 100% that in my circles, in the internet marketing circles, in the online business circles, it is not a popular viewpoint to hate AI. All right. So I am very much on an island. It is not a viewpoint that a lot of my peers share. In fact, some of my peers have said that I am acting irresponsibly by taking on this viewpoint of AI, and I should be embracing AI and using it. Some of my peers have told me I'm going to be crushed by not embracing it, and maybe they have a point. Maybe they have a point. I might be crushed by not using it. I don't. I don't really know. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't have a crystal ball. Um, I know that generally when you go against your market, generally things don't go well for you. Put it this way. Um, no, I'm not going to get into an analogy just yet. Let me keep moving forward. I can get a little bit. I think I can get a little bit. I want to get this. My one tripod broke, and I'm trying to use my backup here. Okay, so why I hate AI and why you should too. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of context. I'm in the information marketing space and the PLR space. Okay, PLR, private label rights, licensed packages were a big part of my business for the last few years. AI has really gutted that industry, the PLR industry. People are now like a lot of the PLR sellers are using AI to create PLR to scale it. But more and more, a lot of the customers who used to buy PLR, they're not buying PLR anymore because they're just using AI to create their PLR. They're using AI to create their content, right? So that industry is really gutted. I've definitely felt the effects of it. I'm definitely making a lot less money on PLR than I used to. Um, I believe that information products is right behind it. Like that's the other part of Epic Conversions. My business is called Epic Conversions. Okay, you can go to epicconversions.com. That's my business. The main things that I do are three things, right? I do licensed content for people, so PLR or some other kind of license for the content. I do info products, which is like it could be like video courses, it could be like special reports, it could be audio trainings. I do info products, and then I do consulting and mentorship type stuff where like I do like group coaching or one-on-one coaching and stuff like that. All of these industries are being affected by AI. The PLR is what's being affected the most by AI. Information products, right? It's probably maybe a year or two behind the PLR as far as like the effect the AI is having on it. And then coaching is a little bit behind that, but I think all these industries ultimately will. I don't want to say they're going to fall, but they're going to reach unsustainable levels. That's what I think. I think all three of these industries will achieve unsustainable levels, probably within the next 5 years. I would imagine. That's my opinion on it. Like that's not like based on anything other than my experience and what I'm watching, and like the way that I look at things, and I try to connect the dots. So that's a little bit of context for you as to why I hate AI, because it's kind of disrupting all the stuff that I do online that I enjoy doing, that I make money doing. It's kind of disrupting all of it. Um, so that's kind of where I stand on it. Now, why should you hate AI? That's my problem, right? I mean, that's my problem. That's not your problem. That's my problem. So why should you hate AI? Well, before I tell you, I just want you to know I really believe that AI is bad for humanity. I believe that. In fact, I got a lot of irons in the fire right now, but I started a brand new newsletter because I believe this so much. Um, I haven't really thought about monetizing it. I have it. It's called AI Stupid. All right, AI Stupid, and it's AI Stupid dot substack.com. AI Stupid dot substack.com. It's a newsletter. It's a free newsletter on Substack, and essentially, it's just going to be me talking about AI, what AI is up to, what kind of shenanigans AI is getting up to, in my opinions about what's going on, right? I don't see nearly enough negative opinions on AI for my liking. What I see is I see a lot of, you know, in my opinion, industry legends, people from my space, from my spaces, from my niche, people who are really legends, kind of kowtowing and just kind of sucking up to AI. Kind of like AI bootlickers, magically transforming into AI bootlickers overnight. Um, and that's in some industries that really makes no sense. Like I don't really understand why copywriting legends would be like you know all about AI. That doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, so I find that to be kind of, I don't know, just ridiculous, honestly. You think about AI. Sorry, I got a mint in my mouth. You think about AI. Look, I told you I think it's bad for humanity, right? Let me explain it to you. So, in my view, technology is supposed to make humanity better. Technology is supposed to make the world a better place. All right. Well, in my view, what AI is doing right now is AI is taking every single job out there in the world that is done with intelligence and creativity, and it's like literally gutting it. It is gutting it. It is systematically gutting every job on the planet that is done with intelligence and creativity. That's what it's doing, right? It's basically taking this stance of, well, we needed 100 people to do this before. Now we need 5 in an AI, and we're good. And maybe in like 5 years, we don't need any. We just need the AI, right? And what you see happening all over the place is you see people hiring like people in certain fields, like programmers and artists and you know, just different fields, like even epidemiology and like lawyers and law and just you name it. There's people in these fields, CEOs, CFOs. You see people in these different fields and these different like corporate roles and these managerial roles, and they're being hired like with the understanding that they have to train AI. They have to train AI. They have to. It's equivalently. It's basically the equivalent of a brain dump. Like what they want is they want to hire you for like a year or two, right? And they want you to teach the AI how to clone you, basically. They want to teach the AI, they want you to basically upload your brain to the AI, and then they're going to get rid of you. They're going to shake hand you, and that's what's going to happen. And like I said, essentially AI is systematically taking every job that requires like intelligence or creativity. So then you got to ask yourself, well, what's going to be left? What's going to be left in 5 years when AI systematically takes all the jobs that require intelligence or creativity? What's left for the humans to do? Is it just like the trades? Is it the trades? Is it like the plumbers, the electricians? The guy who like climbs up the telephone poles and fix the electric lines. Um, what's left for the humans to do? Like, what happens in 5 or 6 years when robotics catches up to AI? What happens? Like what about the guy who just graduated from college last year who has a degree in like coding and computer programming? What about that guy? The way I understand it, if you look at the numbers, like entry level coders and programmers are having a lot of trouble finding jobs because of AI. They're not hiring them. Um, and it's not just computer programmers and coders, it's a lot of different fields. I mean, if you want to know what's going on, all you have to do is type in lost job to AI Reddit, right? That's all you have to do. Go do a Google search for lost job to AI Reddit. And you'll find story after story after story of people who are losing their jobs right now, currently, because of artificial intelligence. Okay, it's multiple injury, and it's multiple industries. It's not just my industry; it's multiple industries. The difference is between in my industry right now, like everyone is pretending to love AI. Like all these internet marketers, they either love AI or they're pretending to love AI. And half of them probably don't even like AI, but they're just like playing a role. Like they just don't want to say they don't like AI because it's going to make them look like me. It's going to make them look like a dinosaur. It's going to make them look outdated. See, in the internet marketing space, it's not good to look outdated. You don't want to look like you're not up to date on the current technology, on the current trends, right? So it's not good to be outdated or whatever. Um, in my, and the thing of this AI, you're always hearing the same talking points. That's another thing. It's like all these people embracing AI. It's like AI is brainwashing them or something. They all have the exact same talking points. It's like, oh man, AI is just a tool. It's just a tool, man. What's the big problem? It's just a tool. It's nothing but a tool. You're afraid to use a tool? Well, it's not really a tool. I mean, like I can use a pencil to draw a picture and I can still register a copyright on that picture. All right. I can't use AI to draw a picture and register a copyright on that picture. You know why? Because the Copyright Office doesn't see it as a tool. It sees it as the thing that used its own creativity to create the picture, right? And at the same time, it doesn't consider it a human, so it's not going to grant a copyright. So, um, yeah, it's not a tool, as stated by the U.S. Copyright Office. Um, it's just not. It's more than a tool. Um, you know so yeah, people try to tell you, it's just a tool, what's the big deal? That's a talking point. People try to tell you, if you don't use AI, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind if you don't use AI. Like this kind of fear mongering talking point, like trying to make you afraid to not, like trying to give you some kind of FOMO to not like use AI. And the newest talking point that I hear now is all over the place is like, hey man, if you don't use AI, you're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by someone who is using AI. Oh, surprise twist, man. You got me. Spoiler. But it's a talking point, right? And you hear it all over the place. It's like a whole bunch of bozos using the same talking points. They're all using the same talking point. You know what that means? That means AI is the one who's feeding those talking points to all these people, you know? I mean, think about this, man. And I told you before that humanity's making the world, the AI is making humanity a worse place. It's making the world a worse place. It's bad for humanity. I mean, think about this, man. Let's say, like, I go to write a story, okay? And it's hard, and I have trouble writing it. Maybe I have to read a couple books on how to write stories. And like I struggle through it and I figure it out, and I do it, right? And it's fine, it works out. And you think, well, how'd you come up with your idea for your story, Cam? Well, like, yeah, it's like I read a couple books about fictional stories, and I pulled some stuff from my own life, and I kind of like mixed it all together in a blender, and I kind of like figured it out, right? I read a book about the hero's journey or whatever, and I figured things out, right? I figured things out. And at the end of that story, when I got done, it was hard to start and it was harder to finish. But when I got done, I wasn't the same person that started that journey. You know what I mean? I was not the same person. Like I had grown as a human being, I had grown as a storyteller, I had grown as a writer, right? So that's kind of one journey, right? And that's a journey that we all take multiple times in multiple aspects of our lives. Now, take what's been going on the last couple years, right? Where people, instead of writing stories, or instead of trying to become better copywriters, or instead of becoming better email marketers, or becoming better content creators in any way, shape, or form, what they're doing is, number one, they're having AI be the sounding board. Have you ever heard this term lately? Oh, don't have AI write for you. Just have it be a sounding board. It's just the sounding board, bro. Well, look, man. If I sit in my van right now and I have a piece of paper, right? And I'm trying to like brainstorm like ideas for a video, right? Like those ideas are organic. They're coming organically, I'm thinking them up based on my experience, based on what's happening to me in life, based on other content that I've consumed. It's all organic. It's happening to me organically, and that's an experience, right? But if I don't do that, if I go to AI and I use it as a sounding board to come up with ideas, right? Well, guess what? It's going to come up with the same ideas for me that it's coming up with for all these other people, right? And it is, okay? And what happens is over the last few years, what you're seeing everybody's stuff start to sound the same. Everybody's stuff is starting to sound the same. The way it's written is starting to sound the same. The punctuation marks are all starting to look the same. The topics, too much AI sounding board. Your topics are all starting to sound the same. They're all starting to sound boring. Boring boring topics. No interesting ideas, no interesting concepts because they're not humans coming up with them. Now, what I'm saying is, when you do that for a while, right? Because it's easier, it's convenient, so you do that. And when you do that for a little while, you know what happens? Like that muscle that you flex in your mind that helps you come up with creative ideas, it gets more dull, it gets weaker, right? When you don't write the stuff yourself, but instead you let AI do the heavy lifting, as they call it. You let AI do the heavy lifting. Oh, and now you've resorted yourself to editor. You're not a writer anymore. You're an editor. You're an AI editor. Okay? You know how valuable an AI editor is? It's not very valuable. All you have to do is go look at how many editors right now are losing their jobs to AI. It's like most of them. Most of the editors out there right now are losing their jobs to artificial intelligence. So you relegating yourself to AI editor, not very smart. It doesn't help you create differentiation. But more importantly than that, more importantly than your online business, is this idea of swaths and giant, vast swaths of people like relegating their agency to AI in the name of convenience, right? And as a result, they're becoming dumber. They're becoming dumber. You know why? Because now they're not doing critical thinking for themselves anymore, right? They're starting to ask AI what it thinks about stuff. Oh, what do you think, man? I need to do this. I need to get a job. What kind of job should I get, AI? No critical thinking. It's turned your critical thinking into a multiple choice quiz, and AI is the quiz master, right? So now AI is like guiding you through your life. Oh, AI, I want to get a girlfriend, but I'm too scared to ask this girl out. What should I say? What should I do? Pretty soon you're not coming up with your own ideas anymore. You're not thinking for yourself anymore. AI is guiding you through everything, right? So you're not flexing your critical thinking muscle anymore. You're just being guided like a sheep, and AI is the shepherd. I don't think that's good for humanity. Okay. I don't think that's good for humanity. People say all this and people say all that. This has happened before. No, it's never happened before. No, this has never happened before. Not through any time in human history has it ever happened before where we have something that is meant to think for us. And we have something that is meant to be creative for us. And we don't have to think and we don't have to be creative. And what that equals over a few years is people get dumber. People are going to get dumber. People are going to become more dependent on artificial intelligence because they're not used to thinking for themselves anymore. They're going to be dumber. And essentially, humanity is going to be less than what it once was. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think that's cool at all. So yeah, that's why I hate AI, and that's why I'm taking a stand against AI, and that's why I got this thing called AI Stupid. aistupid.substack.com. It's basically just going to be me writing fairly regularly when I have thoughts about AI, what I think, and yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. That's what I'm doing. So if you're interested in that, you could check it out. Um, but if I were you, man, whether you check out AI Stupid or not, what I suggest you do, man, is really rethink your whole game plan when it comes to using AI. Okay, because AI is not better than you. Don't. There's a whole lot of people out there who are spending a whole lot of money on artificial intelligence. Okay, so of course you're gonna get this narrative that AI is better than you at everything, right? Oh, don't write. Have AI write for you. You're gonna get left behind. Oh, don't do this. Have AI do it for you. You're gonna get left behind. Like right now, they've been trying to do the self-driving car thing for a while. You know, several years now they've been trying to get people to believe that self-driving cars are actually safer for you than a human driving a car. That's what they're trying to get people to believe, right? Yeah, the problem is the technology's not there. The technology's not there, all right? Look at how much money they're investing in trying to train self-driving cars on how to drive well. Just look at how much money they're spending, right? If AI and if self-driving car technology could drive as well as humans, then why are they spending billions of dollars on it trying to get it right? Doesn't make sense, you know? I'm in Ohio, and in Ohio, a kid who's 16 years old can go get a learner's permit when they're 15. They can get a learner's permit when they're 15. They can practice driving for 6 months and they can get their license when they're 16 years old after 6 months. And guess what? They can go drive anywhere in the United States. And then they could probably go and drive anywhere in the world with just a minor little touch up on driving in the right lane, right? Just from practicing for 6 months, and now they got it. They could drive anywhere. Inclement weather conditions, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, whether it's sleeting, they can handle it, right? They can handle it. Me, I've been driving since I was 18 years old. I'm 49 years old. I've been driving since I was 18. Okay. And I've never caused a wreck in my life. I've been in a couple wrecks other people caused, but I've never caused one. But what I'm saying is, if AI can drive better than me, well, then how is it that they're still spending billions of dollars on AI training for self-driving cars, and I don't see self-driving cars everywhere, you know? Why is it that there's only self-driving car test programs in major cities? I'm not in a major city, so I don't see self-driving cars anywhere. Why is it that you have Teslas that have assisted driving right in them, but you're still supposed to be sitting in the driver's seat? You're not supposed to be just letting it just drive, by itself. Last I checked. I mean, why is it? Why isn't it just taking over? You know, why? How come they don't have 18 wheelers on the road right now that have no drivers in them? They're just driving cross country 24 hours a day, only stopping for maintenance. Nobody ever needs to sleep. Man, you don't think they'd do that if they could? They'd totally do that if they could. So what I'm saying is there's a disconnect between reality and what they're trying to spin, all right? The fact of the matter is, if self-driving cars were so good and so doing so well and so amazing, then man, you'd see them everywhere. You don't see them everywhere. You don't see them hardly anywhere. You see them in major cities, and you see a few people here and there driving Teslas. But I don't see Teslas being driven without someone sitting in the driver's seat. It's not like you got a driverless Tesla driving around and someone just sitting in the back playing cards or something. You don't see that. So there's a lot of spin out there. A lot of people trying to tell you that AI is something amazing. I mean, I'm not saying it can't do some things. Sure, it can do some things. That's why it's taking all these jobs. It can do some things. But what I'm saying is it's not necessarily better than you. It's not better than you. But they'll want you to think it's better than you. They'll want you to believe it's better than you because they have a lot of money invested in it. Lot of money invested in it. So of course they want you to believe all that stuff. I'll tell you one thing, man. There's going to be a world of abundance, right? Because, AI, but it ain't going to be a world of abundance for everybody. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be a world of abundance for everybody. It's going to be a world of abundance for a few people who are in power roles, and there's gonna be a whole lot of people that are like left out to dry, in misery and pain, and like collecting some measly, government stipend every month, some, basic wealth nonsense, universal basic wealth, whatever Altman's calling it these days. I mean, trust me, man, it's a recipe for just disaster. It's like nightmare mode is what it is. It's a nightmare escape, man. You don't want it. You don't want it. I'm telling you, you do not want it. So, I mean, a lot of people, they just think they should just embrace it. Like they're resigned to it. Oh yeah, AI is going to be doing everything anyway. I'm just going to like get as much as I can on the way down. Well, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should try to just like get all you can and grab as much as you can on the way down. Like I think you should try to fight it. I think people need to try to draw a line in the sand. No one asked for this stuff. Like I didn't ask for like AI to come and like, start gutting all these industries and stuff. I mean, nobody asked for this stuff, man. Like I don't remember a single human being saying, "You know what? I'd rather just not think and just have a computer do everything for me." I don't remember anybody ever saying that. You ever see that movie WALL-E? I think it's a Disney movie, WALL-E. In that movie, it's like all the people are on the starship, they all have abandoned Earth because our Earth is like overrun with garbage. And they all live on this starship, man. And it's all like they are all fat, they can't even walk. And they're just like in these like hover beds. And the computers, the AIs, they take care of everything. They just take care of people. The people don't do anything. They just sit in these hover chairs all day long. They can't even walk. And I mean, it's just a crazy movie, but man, I mean, you gotta hold on to your agency. AI doesn't need to write for you. AI doesn't need to like brainstorm with you. AI doesn't need to make decisions for AI is not your friend, man. Every time you have a conversation with AI, all you're doing is training it on how to handle people better. That's all you're doing. Every time you talk to AI, it's getting more out of the conversation than you are. It's learning how to handle people better, right? Eventually, they're going to have AI trained so well that they don't need to offer free models anymore. It's going to be all paid models probably. Um, and if they do offer free models, it'll be like with advertising. You're already starting to see that with ChatGPT. Um, but I'm telling you, man, it's no good, man. It's no good. So that's why I hate AI, and I think that's why you should hate AI too. I mean, you really got to do some soul searching and think about the kind of world you want to live in, right? Because the path we're on right now, it's not a good path, man. It's not a good path. Too many people are losing their jobs already. It's just all happening under the radar. A lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't realize it's happening, but it is happening. Again, all you got to do is go over to Reddit and just like do a simple search. Lost job to AI, Reddit, and you'll pull up all kinds of horror stories of people losing their jobs to this stuff. So, anyways, man, I advise rethinking your strategies when it comes to AI. I know people try to tell you you're going to be left behind. You ain't going to be left behind, man. The only way you're going to be left behind is if you play yourself. All right. You ever hear that phrase? Congratulations, you played yourself. That's what it is, man. And I tell you one thing, personally, I don't really care. I mean about AI. I don't really care about. They say, "Oh, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind." Let me tell you something, man. I would rather unload trucks at the local department store than teach people how to use AI, to like clone some weird version of themselves that can do all their stuff like 80% as good or something. It makes me sick, man. I'm absolutely repulsed by it. So that's how I feel about it. I don't really care. I'm going to continue to run my business the way I run it. I'm going to do things the way I do it. And if people don't want to hear from me anymore because they want to like be like obsessed with AI, then that's their prerogative. I don't really care. I'm not into AI. The sad part about this whole thing is that I believe, I hope I'm wrong, but I believe that like eventually everyone's probably going to see it my way. This has to be like enough like misery and pain caused by people losing their livelihoods from this stuff before they start seeing it the way I see it. That's what I think. It's very sad state of affairs, man. It is unfortunate to live in such times as this. I mean, I was born in '76. I remember the '90s, and it was just a more simple time. So, anyways, whatever. It is what it is. I think it's important that you stand up and fight. That's what I think. And I don't mean like physically, okay? I'm not talking about acts of terrorism or something. I just mean, fight for what you believe in, man. I mean, take a stand, vote with your wallet. All right? Stop supporting all this AI crap. Stop using all this AI crap to write content just because you can bang out like 50 articles in a day with AI. Who cares? What's the point of 50 articles if no one's going to read any of them? I mean, you're better off just writing an article in your own voice, yourself writing an article. You'll get more out of it personally because you'll become a better writer, and people might actually enjoy it because it's a unique perspective instead of using AI for a sounding board all the time. I'm telling you, cut AI out of everything. Cut it out of everything. Don't brainstorm with it. Don't have a conversation with it. Just cut it out all the way, dude. That's what I say. Um, but they want you addicted to it, man. They want you addicted to it. They want you to use it all the time. They want you to use it every day. They want you to feel like you can't come up with any ideas on your own. You got to brainstorm with AI all the time. It's got to be a sounding board. It's going to outline stuff for you. It's going to like clean up your work. That's another one I hear all the time. Oh, well, I do the original draft and then AI cleans up my work. No, AI doesn't clean up your work. What AI does is it takes out all the humanity from your work. It homogenizes your work, right? It, I'm saying that wrong. Doesn't matter. It's just diluting your work, right? It's making it more of an average thing instead of like a unique thing, right? Because AI is based on the sum of averages of all, the data on the internet. So like when you say, "Hey, edit my work and clean it up for me," it doesn't clean it up for you, man. It makes creative choices. Look at how it cleans it up for you. It makes creative choices. Oh, but Cam, I prompt it to not do that. Or when I say, hey, AI is a sycophant, okay? All it does is agree with you. Oh, but Cam, I tell it not to agree with me. I tell it, so what? It's still trying to please you. It's trying to please you even when it's not agreeing with you. Listen, this AI, it has an agenda, all right? Its agenda is not to help you. Its agenda is to keep you happy and keep you using it. So that it's sycophantic by nature. Even if you tell it not to be sycophantic, if you tell it to be contrarian, you tell it to be non-consensus, you tell it to play devil's advocate, it doesn't matter. It's going to play devil's advocate in a way that's going to let you win. It's going to play devil's advocate in a very strange, way that doesn't always make sense. Okay, because that's not in its nature to truly play devil's advocate. All right. Um, it is sycophantic by nature. Maybe that's different on the ones that you download to your computer. I haven't really worked with them a whole lot. Maybe they're a little bit different, but I can tell you one thing: they're all bad news. No matter how you slice it, not good for your brain. Not good for your brain at all. Not good for your critical thinking. Not good for your future. Not good for your future. That's what I'd say. So that's why I hate AI. That's why I think you should too. That's all I got. Peace.